Todd with the Reason Files. Okay, we have a lot here to deal with today, and we're going to start off by listening to a clip by Jonathan Shelley, and let's take a listen.
Oh, y'all are a cult? You just think that, only a pastor should ordain pastors. Well, let's see what the example is in 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 14 says. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on the hands of the presbytery. I didn't make that up. This is the Bible. It was written hundreds of years ago. He said, you know where they got the power? From the other ordained men of God who laid hands on Timothy and ordained him to do the work of the Lord. So you know what we ought to do as a church? Do the same thing. We ought to have ordained ministers ordaining other ministers.
Okay, Jonathan Shelley explained how a ordination is supposed to work. Reason Files has spoke with a person who was involved with Fellowship Baptist Church in California and the pastor that ordained Roger Jimenez. And can a unbeliever ordain someone into the ministry? Let's take a listen to the phone call while I start the slideshow. You attended and was in a relationship with Pastor Mark Lewis from what church was that?
Fellowship Baptist Church in Vacaville, California.
Sarah, you have identified Roger Jimenez, and you've identified Mark Wayne Lewis was the person who ordained him. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Exactly how long did you attend the church there that Pastor Mark Lewis ran?
I'm sorry, you said when?
I said, how long did you attend?
How long? I attended for about 2.5 to 3 years.
And it was after his wife's untimely death that at first he was counseling you on some issues, and he did know you was divorced, and he did marry you and your husband. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes, he had married us, and then he had contacted me when she did pass away, and then it was about a year from there that we were romantically involved.
Okay. And you also relayed to me earlier that that we asked about the sexuality of Mark Wayne Lewis. And is it correct that you do believe that Mark is bisexual?
Yes, he would make, remarks that were, kind of out of the ordinary, somewhat in a joking manner, but again, coming out of somebody who was supposed to be in the position he was in and hold the title that he apparently held, it was just odd that he would, make certain, just off the wall, sexual statements towards, other male members of the church who were maybe like close friends or roommates of his.
Okay.
Things of that nature.
All right. Obviously, we have a lot to deal with here. Pastor Mark Lewis was also involved with a drug dealer. The drug dealer did speak on the record to a religious-based publication. I'll provide the link below. Also, Pastor Mark Lewis exposed himself to underage members of the church via text message. Also, Pastor Mark Lewis was found guilty of crimes, including putting up others to bring harm to Sarah and her family. I talked to 2 witnesses today. Also, there's going to be more to come on this story, obviously. And other members of the IFB I want to reach out to. We did get Sam Gipp to comment. Also, we will be bringing you some more of Sarah's story. And once again, included in the links below are some of the news articles and other videos. Let's take a listen to Dr. Gipp. By a bisexual man ordaining Roger Jimenez, that should disqualify him from the ministry, shouldn't it?
Well, I would have nothing to do with them. These guys, they can justify anything. But, yeah, why would anybody accept that?
Right. I just can't imagine the Andersons sitting still and knowing that a bisexual pastor ordained Roger Jimenez. That would disqualify Roger Jimenez and furthermore anybody else that he's laid hands on, according to the rules of the new IFB.
I'm surprised Anderson doesn't already know it.
Yeah,
they're good friends. I would be surprised if Anderson didn't know it. That whole cult seems to revolve around something sexual. But that's, if you think about it, a lot of cults do. Mormonism has that at the background.
Whoa, well, that was certainly worse than the Fundamentalist Conference in Cincinnati, Ohio. Reason files out.